we have is a AI Innovator Certification Program. I do have scholarships that I'm giving right now. We are aiming to give 1,000 AI Innovator Certification Scholarship, and each of the scholarship has a value of $6,500. So
a lot in what you call spreading the business because that was the time everybody was at home in the lockdown periods and the technology was also evolving. The cloud, in fact, became very, very, very popular, at least in India during the COVID period. So, what's your experience?
uh, for me, COVID was the most busy time of my life, for multiple reasons, because when things started to shut down, everything became digital and my community started to grow significantly. So we were adding over 3 to 5,000 people every single day in my network. We were rapid growth because we were the only community who was investing in skilling people on cloud because people didn't know how cloud is going to be used. So
Yeah,
everyone wanted to understand cloud. So that was a huge growth. We had multiple times the system broke down. We didn't have the right infrastructure to support because the growth was like that kind of a steep
yeah,
growth. The hard part was not many people had the right Wi-Fi access. They did not have the broadband access. That at
yeah.
that time, we started to see a lot of those gaps, and that is the one which kind of caused a lot of the. First was a technology impact, and second, as a mother, taking care of the kids and their parents and husband and like the layers of amount of work that one was put on their plate was insanity. Like I can tell you, it's like I had my, teenager boys, they were eating like 5 times a day. I was like exhausted, like,
My God.
thinking about food and like trying to figure out how the food is going to be there. The fridge was always needed to be full to take care of them. So those kind of, I would say the challenges were not just the technology, but also emotional and family and culture, all that thing played. But we as a community did pretty good because we had a lot of check-ins. We worked with each other. We figured out how we are going to help them mobilize what they needed. And at that time was the one we actually expanded from US into 120 countries. So that within 2 years, we were in 120 countries.
Though, of course, the lockdown, etc., was much slower in the US as compared to other countries. In India, we did like this. US took a lot of time. In fact, for vaccination also, the US had a lot of resistance to to the vaccination.
Yeah.
Uh, anyway, I think one of the greatest achievements was also that the multitasking aspects of women were put to real test that time. The
Yes.
multitasking, as they say, and I think those who succeeded. In India, you also know pretty well that a woman is known for her multitasking. Indian mother in particular, she does so many things. She's first to get up and also to go to sleep, and handling the entire thing. And the career woman is even much more difficult. I mean, not much more, lot of work to do. I wouldn't say difficult, but lot more tasks on her hand. So in this kind of a
Absolutely.
kind of a scenario. Do you think that this technology has helped now in easing this pressure and making this multitasking a bit more easier?
I don't know. I don't believe it has made it easier. Um, Personally, I can tell you is the distraction in the context switching that happens. I
Yeah,
think it's a lot of strain for women right now because you're constantly context switching from one topic to another. It's very exhausting. And I'm in the middle age of the journey, so I don't have that much energy to do the context switching. So I have to really pause my day and I say, okay, I want to go for biking, or I want to go and do my workout, and or I just want to do my painting. So there's no distraction for 30 minutes. So my brain can calm down and then I can think about the things that matter. And then I do a lot of planning before. So even when there's context switching happening, I know what I need to get to at any given time. So I would say is if people are doing a lot of context switching, I don't think the technology is helping anyway. I don't believe that because so many reminders, so many text messages. I think humanly it's not possible. I
yeah.
still like to go back to my paper and pen and just write it down and just keep your brain calmer.
Yeah, there's a lot of physical activity also involved in it, and your brain is constantly engaged. It
Yes,
must be
yes,
taking a lot of toll on people's health because
yes,
of
it
late
is.
there's a lot of health concerns, stress management, and
Yes,
people
yes,
throwing their they get losing their temper fast, and it's also affecting families, not only the businesses but families
yes,
also.
it is. It is.
So, what's your piece of advice in such situations? How does one compose himself or herself and get back to this context switching that we're talking about?
I wish I had a magic wand and I could take everyone's stress out. That would be such a great thing. I always look at, I do a review preview method for my life. And every week I do that. I write down how was my week that went, and then I look at what is my week going to be. So I'm very diligent about my, journaling every single day so that I'm not overwhelming myself. So, and second thing is I don't do more than three tasks, like very important tasks, like what are those three things I need to do? Like once I'm done, I go to bed. I'm not like I want to kind of conquer my day. The third is having the ability to sleep. Like so you have to sleep. Sleep is
Yes,
not a nighttime problem; it is a daytime problem. So you need to expose your, all your senses, so your body, like for air and water, aroma, everything needs to come together. So once my, coach, like sleep coach, she said is like, it's a daytime problem. It's not a nighttime problem. So that kind of changed everything. So now I'm kind of consciously going out and spending time and being in the nature. I used to chase happiness before. Now I don't. I chase for vitality. Like every day is, can I be really alive and can I be present with the people I am with? Even I'm on the call, I'll remove no screen, nothing. I'm just being on the call with them. If I'm reading, I'm just reading. So I'm kind of making a proactive measure to be present because I don't know tomorrow I will be there or not. I don't know why I should be chasing tomorrow. Right. So if someone spends time with me, they really enjoy the time because I'm completely present. I'm not like distracted 100 places. And I also have realized is you can get majority of the stuff done in 3 to 5 hours if you are planned very well or
yeah.
you prepare very well. So preparing yourself to make really quality decision and knowing that decision can be reversed or decision cannot be reversed and knowing how you're making decision makes a huge difference. So that is one of the art I have learned. I've learned how to use the money to create space for me to do what I need to do and then get 8 hours of sleep every day. And I'm pretty happy after that. So that's kind of my secret.
Yeah, I think it's all about discipline, time management, and doing
Exactly.
things focused way. And I like that idea of journaling your daily activity and reviewing what you have done
Yes.
the previous day and the previous week. It takes you
Yes.
back to your grandfather's days of, people used to write their diaries, daily activities,
Yes.
what to plan,
Yes.
what they learned, etc. That art
Exactly.
has gone now today with the invention of mobile. I mean, not invention, intervention, innovation, I should say, the mobile. Most of things have, all these things have gone. Today, I mean, there was a time when I used to remember at least 100 telephone numbers. I don't really remember even my closest friends' numbers. Uh, and
Exactly.
also the
Exactly.
art of uh, morning alarm clock, the dairy, the daily activities, etc. All that is gone. So one way this technology has ruined your life, though it has facilitated a lots of things. And as you said, I think it's with you. It's up on you to how to handle yourself, and if
Exactly.
you handle
Exactly.
yourself well, you handle your business well. Am I right, Chaitra?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, see, like I'm an Indian woman, right? So I have to think about a lot of things, it's
yeah.
just the house, the family, the kids and stuff. What my grandmother taught me early on is you don't have to take responsibility of everyone's. You need to educate them to take responsibility of their lives, and they should be accountable for their lives. So my kids are very accountable, they're very responsible. I don't have to even remind them what they need to do. They know their calendar, they know how to fold their clothes, they know how to pick up the stuff. Like, I don't need to tell a lot of the things, you have to do this, you have to do that. Like, I don't have to mother them, right? So that task is off my plate. My husband is absolutely a phenomenal human being and one of the greatest partners you can ask for in your life.
What is he
So
into?
yeah, we both run the business together. So
Okay.
it really helps us to really think about how we, manage the workload of the house, and we delegate the work very comfortably between each other. And we are not shy of, sharing the work, because we have believed that the wealth creation is both our responsibility. It's not just a man's
Does he
responsibility.
go to kitchen?
Oh, yeah, yeah. He
Does he
makes
cook?
the best chai, the best egg curry that you can ever ask for, the best biryani. Like, I am so lucky. Like, he loves cooking and he loves to make for the family. So
Great.
little things like that makes a huge difference. And I got very lucky to have a person who really wants to share a complete life and really live a complete life together. And he's not the person who's like, oh, I don't want to go in the kitchen. No, no, he's like 100% hands-on, raising the kids, being in the life, doing everything together. So I think it is also because we both talked about it early on in our life is,
Yeah.
if I have to go to work, then I also need some help at home to really do what we need to do together.
Why is
Otherwise,
this
the
question? Why is this question is because the COVID has taught us lots of things. During COVID time, people actually cooperated with each other. The family had a very close knit kind of relationship, etc. But post COVID, people are back to their old norms because people had to really struggle now because the loss of jobs, loss of incomes, the stress has increased, and health issues have come up. And in India, in particular, we had this issue of health insurance. Not many people had the health insurance cover. Those who had, they had to pay taxes through their nose. And all those things happened. Only now that GST part has eased a bit. So those kind of things are big relief. Otherwise, 18% in extra that you're paying, if you had to, if you didn't have to pay the kind of a taxation, that 18% you could have, spent increasing your cover. All those,
absolutely.
there are small nitty-gritty things that matter a lot. Great talking to you, Chetra. Uh, Vedulpalli sounds like an Andhra surname. Are you guys from Andhra Pradesh by any chance?
Yes, we are Andhrites. My husband is from Kakinada, so he's
Oh,
from,
I
yeah,
studied
yeah.
in a very close by place called Anparthi.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
That's
Yeah.
between Rajahmundry and Kakinada. I did
Oh,
my
that's,
uh, most of my high schooling there, seventh, eighth, ninth, three
I
times
just
there.
enjoy
And
it.
it continues to be a lovely place, amazing place. I mean, beauty,
Yeah,
greenery, and
yeah,
And of course, infrastructure-wise also is improving. Lots of development. In
absolutely.
fact, I was in Kakinada a couple of years ago. Amazing roads. We went to the
Yes,
Ranavaram
yes,
temple,
yes,
etc. Amazing
yes,
roads.
yes.
Very good infrastructure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, great.
Absolutely.
Nice talking, Chaitra. Wish you all the best in your future endeavors also, because this business doesn't stop. You need to keep empowering women, and I think this task is whatever achieved so far probably is not much as compared to the what the kind of gaps to be filled in the future. Uh,
Absolutely. You know,
do
I
you
you
do you look
already
do you look do you look do you look at future as a big challenge as the past has been?
say it again. I didn't understand the question.
Do you look at the future as a larger challenge as compared to what you achieved so far?
I don't see future as a challenge. I see future as an opportunity,
Great.
because future is all about new things that you can create, learning from the past, being in the present, and creating something completely new. Because I've been doing Women in Cloud, I was able to kind of put a film fund in Hollywood because that one was so innovative. We were able to kind of roll out the American Warrior and the Collaborator, the icons, and that one allowed me to go into a completely new industry. And I love that because now we are the frontier in, setting up a film fund and then producing movies, which has a global audience to cover. And now I'm also looking into the wellness market and looking at how
That's a
we
big
can
market.
look at,
That's a big
yeah,
market.
with AI being there, how can we actually assess human hormonal health, and how do we find the solution? Because if you address the hormonal wellness for human being, all the other issues just vanish, and that kind of things are not accessible for anyone. So how do we think about it? How do we democratize access to those tests very easily, like lab tests, so that we can find the right solution early on, so we can actually live a much healthier life or happy life, or um, a life that we want to live instead of being in always in pain.
There's a lot of negativity also attached to AI because people think there's lots of not necessarily the benefits, but there are also disadvantages, people cloning and the privacy, the secrecy part of it. Do you look at, do you see this AI also being a of the challenge rather than being a facilitator?
So I would say is there is two things in AI which I'm always worried about. One is
Yeah,
creativity, that it can
yeah.
create better than human being. That's always my kind of thing, is how good they can be, how better they can be, because creativity is a human genius, and how it's going to do is very interesting. But still now it's looking at the past and taking all the past data and creating something. So that's the one. The second one is the decision making. Can it make decision on behalf of us and then start to take action? And that's what I worry about. So that's the one which I worry about, giving access to technology which can make decision on my side, where it's going to go buy something, pay something, do something, and it can literally disrupt everything. So once you address that particular two things, which is very unique to human being. And if you can have really good guardrails to protect, I think we will be in a good place. But right now, we are going into this world of autonomous work, and that worries me a lot, because once the human lose control about on a technology, that's when the disaster happens. Till now, we could control the tech, but it's coming to a place the technology may be able to control us, and that can be more detrimental to the society. And I'm hoping that people who have working on these technologies, they're putting boundaries around it and coming up with guardrails to protect all of us, because you and I are not the one who are going to, we are the one who will lose access. We are not, because we don't have control over a lot of things, because now they have
Yeah.
so much information about it. If something goes wrong, we can't go fix it. So, and government is not really working on putting a very stronger guardrails. So we
I'm
don't.
coming to that aspect because in India, particularly, I'll tell you, uh, we are in the business of information, giving news and content. That worries me a lot. What worries me here is that whatever AI through the solutions that AI throws up is based on the record that is fed into that. For instance, I want to know about XYZ leader or personality, say Mahatma Gandhi. A lot of people must have felt a lot of negative things also about Mahatma Gandhi. The AI
Mhm.
tools go crawl, they do crawl, and then they gather all that and they throw it up. So of course, since I have studied Gandhi, I know the subject, I know part of bit of history. I can use my intelligence to use the information to the best of my ability and whatever is necessary for me. But what about the next generation? Today, people don't read much. They rely, unfortunately, they rely only on AI. The lot of media releases that I get from my PR friends, they are also AI generated. Like most of them sound alike. The same quotes that they get about people commenting on, say, GST or commenting on Trump, etc. Same, what do you call the quotes, same content I get. So that's where that's what worries me. Number one, it decreases your efficiency. Number two, it stops you from thinking on your own. That's my great worry.
Yes, that's why I say, right, if you cannot think, you cannot make right decision. And when you cannot make right decision, you're on halt, like you just paused your life, right?
Yeah.
And that is one scenario. And the second scenario, it will start to make decisions on your own. And there was a movie that came out in India, which was Control, which was probably the best explanation of what AI can do when it takes over your life. It may look very good early on. Oh, you're going to make money. You're going to do, but once the code and the clause change, you are pretty much in trap of a technology which will control your life. So I just fear about that as a technologist, but also I'm very optimistic that there are also people who have heart and who have, they want to save the society. They'll all fight for it. Like if we could solve COVID, we can solve this too. So I have a pretty good faith in human being.
Chaitra, great conversation. And I think our viewers also going to like lots of things that you've been doing. Is there any way that you can help our viewers in India and also abroad to improve their skills, their AI skills, etc.? Anything that you can offer, any facility that you can offer to our viewers through the News Connect, etc.
Oh, that's such a great question. Very few people ask me on the podcast. So here's what I have. We have is a AI Innovator Certification Program. I do have scholarships that I'm giving right now. We are aiming to give 1,000 AI Innovator Certification Scholarship, and each of the scholarship has a value of $6,500. So what I
Wow.
ask each one of you is to apply for it. It's a 1 year curriculum along with Microsoft certification voucher. You get coached by Microsoft honorees who are part of the Oculus book. Plus, you also get access to the iconic leadership assessment in there, so you can assess your leadership. And you get to be part of a very powerful network, which has access to 120 countries and 150,000 members. So our goal is to get you into an economic position so that you actually will say those scholarship mattered. So I would love you to apply for it, and we would love to see you win, and we'd love to see you celebrate like with us.
What's this scholarship called, Chaitra? To
It's
be
called
clear
as
for the
AI. Yeah, it is called as Women in Cloud AI Innovator Certification Scholarship.
and it's open for both men and women, boys and girls.
Yes, yes.
And what's the basic qualification to apply for this educational
We are
body?
look Yeah, we are looking for someone who is 16 years and older,
Okay.
who are going to commit to completing the certification, and they are going to show up and not going to ask for excuses. But to apply for a scholarship, they have to give me a case statement of why do they need a free scholarship, and that
Okay.
will help us kind of determine whether they qualify for
So
it.
grade 10 plus kind of a qualification, education
Yeah,
wise.
yeah, exactly.
Great. That's beautiful. Excellent idea and excellent offer. I'm sure audience will like it. And more than that, the parents should like it first and then should make their the kids apply for this. And I'm sure a lot of people will get benefit out of it. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Seta.
Thank you.